People, welcome to the Politricks Watch. This is Sir P, aka Cancel P. I don't know, we get cancelled I know. Big Father's Day special. Video drop. No, sir, people go there and say, look at you, boy. I send you a message on IG long time, but I not see what I got. I soon get round to the message them on IG. Because when I tell you, say my inbox full. Like somebody will just damn 35 dumpling. And me talk about cornmeal dumpling. Full. I'm gonna need like 48 hours in front of my phone for to go through all the messages. But right now, we are drop a Father's Day special video. Today's for the fathers them. And the men who are not yet fathers and they're being ridiculed for it. This video, as usual, is going to be controversial, but just like the appliance store, what's new? And I've said it many times. If you go back and watch my oldest videos, you will see. I am not your typical blogger boy. I never ever try to appease the audience or the crowd or stuff people want to hear. People who get upset, let's get upset. From way back in the days, I tell them that society don't business about man and fathers and them things. But I'm going to show you how men are in an impossible situation in Ireland. Yeah, big up the father them. And when I say big up the father them, understand say some man a father, right, but unnecessarily them child. No for you know, the man will guide you and show you certain things in our life. Steer you away from the acidity and everything there. He man a biological father, you know. Someone know some stepfather will play a big role in our success. Someone know uncle, bigger brother, even a man from down the lane. Just an elder, a veteran. Play a huge father role in our life. So when time I say big up the father them, I talk about them man they too. So the fathers then big up on yourself. Put our phone on there. I know say no found no feel appreciated, overlooked. But look at YouTuber tell them say big up on yourself. But today I have a video where I go upset some people. Today I talk about the Gelding. Quote unquote Gelding. I'm going to tell you why, as I've said many times, Jamaican society is confusing. It must be very confusing to a youth. A young man, a young woman in Jamaica must be very confused. Because what the bigger people them tell them to do is not what the bigger people them love and glorify. I don't know if you listen to me. What bigger people, quote unquote adults, tell youth to do is not what adults love and glorify. Them tell us say, stay in school and don't do this and don't do that and avoid the badness. But big woman tell us a gunman she want in she hold. Enough man tell girl about be good girl and be good this and don't do this and don't be that. But we see them run and wipe up and chew in the front seat of them be man them babies. Who in the front? I don't know quote unquote good girl. So we're not confuse the youths them. Because the youths them must say, hold on, you tell me if you be like this, but you not pick this. I wanna tell the young girl them if you be like this, but you not pick that. So enough people start do our work. And by the way, as I've said before, if you have a certain way, you have a certain belief, and just you see something else a trend, you take to it. You see why you do it, but in the day you're still weak. You're weak because you can't stand your ground. If I disbelieve in that you believe in. Chase to be a man start with a batty rider where you go to where you want to. I talk about you boy this around the place. You're weak. Right? People need to start work on their mental strength. But we talk about it now. We talk about the quote unquote Gelding. In Jamaican society, from me know myself, all me hear about is that the Jamaican man is a dog, womanizer. He no love him pitney them, he just breed girl and gone if he pitney them. He have 75,000 baby mother. 30 man, why can't be like Billy Joe, who is actually one of the greatest breeder out there. Remember say, entire parishes in Jamaica, people look a certain way because Billy Joe used to walk and breed off the whole place and jump back on him boat and gone back in country. But that's a different story. I'm telling you that Billy Joe was the original breeder, original deadbeat dad. I'm telling you that already. You come say that grain of salt because I must say me I do sound like a bad man YouTuber. Go and work with the quote unquote history where they give you. But anyway, Jamaican man can't win, you know. There is no winnings for you, Jamaican guy. Because if you breed a 15 woman, you will be shamed. But here's the flip side to that. If you don't breed nobody, you will also be shamed. That's to be studied. And yes, you heard me breed, because that's how Jamaicans start about creating life, breed. Yeah, that's why you saw one hog pen or one chicken farm or breed. That's how we talk about it. But I try to act decent now, trying to go Harvard and Yale. You know what I think, breed. Girl breed. You breed her. Yeah, that's why you saw animals. No wonder enough people in the business about the pitting them. Tell you say pitting them uglies and loveless. No wonder, because they weren't created out of no love or desire. Breed. That's what I think said. Breed. Breed up. Breeder. Now, obviously I've made videos before saying that the whole walk and get every woman pregnant you meet thing can't work. I think it's detrimental to society. I think it's not good for the children. When time them have 17,000 brother and sister and them live on a 17,000 roof. I know it's great for your ego, but it's not great for the children. There's nobody out there who can convince me that it's a great idea of 17,000 people in a 17,000 different yard. You can love them children there as much as you want, but something have to give. Something have to fall short. At least one of them are gonna feel like say, right, them not get the love and care them get. Guy, let me explain something to you. You can have children in the same house and one of them feel like say, daddy or mommy not give them enough love and attention. Imagine when time them scattered across 17,000 different yard. Let me say that one more time. I must say I look at YouTube, I cancel P up on the mic, you know. Anybody who tell you say them can have 17,000 picnics scattered across 17,000 different households and nothing affect no picnic, I dopey back that. Because even when you have the picnic them at the same house, there can be issues with one or two picnic that tell us that one that get better treatment and more love and more attention than me. And them at the same house. We know it go. Must say we are born and grow. I man, you know, born and grow. We know it go. I understand now girl is man have 15,000 girl. Get 10,000 of them pregnant. I know so now girl is, I'm just saying for society's purpose, when it comes down to building homes and building families and nations, it's not a great idea. Now, of course, people can break up and separate and household go over your son, mother over your son. That's one thing. Them things that gonna happen. But the culture where that is the plan, to try to drop one youth in every town, in every parish, and then walk around and brag about it. I've always said I don't think this is good for society. You can do your one though. Your life and your opinion them. I'm just saying I don't think it's great for society. So I've made many videos talking about the breeder. I'm telling you, so even if you don't have picnics scattered all about the place, try your best. Your very best. To somehow include all of them in anything you do. Even if baby mother want to screw up her face, I feel her business that. They're siblings. I'm telling them things a long time, so you might be asking yourself then, look at you, what's new? Here's what's new. We're going to talk about the flip side of that now. We're going to talk about the gelding. Quote unquote gelding. The truth is, in Jamaican society, one of the reasons why enough man turn breeder is because the breeder is held in higher regard than the gelding. But that's not listening to me. In Jamaican society, youths have figured out the fact that in terms of ranking in society, the prolific breeder has a greater standing than the gelding. There is nothing worse you can be in Jamaica than a gelding. A gelding is ranked lower than a raper bull because we see them have raper bull and them idolize and praise. We see them have raper bull, we see them have gunman and them idolize and praise. However, make society ever hear say, you reach a certain age and now a youth, your standing drop instantly. One of the reasons why enough youth, especially youth from certain environments that's notoriously acidic, run go quote unquote breed girl quick, is because them realize that in the community, man will laugh off of you. Enough woman get scorned, because enough woman get mocked because them reach certain age and them not a picnic yet. I'm not talking about 50, I'm talking about all 19. Woman reach all 22. She had 22 and a breeder. They want poor. No man are all condemned. It has to be studied. So you can't win. Because if you have pitney and just have pitney just so, and a bag of pitney, then you have one dirty breeder. Then if you say, well, you know what? I am going to wait until me feel like I'm ready to have children, and I'm going to wait till this and that, and I'm going to start out this and that first. Then you're a dirty gelding. So, because of Father's Day, from the male perspective, what man's supposed to do? Because you can have your girl, you can even have your wife. But if you don't have pitney with her, you still get pre. What go on there, sir? Wanna marry 3 years, no youth? Now go on nothing. Box off. Weak. So, you can't win. If you have pitney in Jamaica where you can't afford, if you have pitney in Jamaica where you don't want, then you're a vile junker who should be scorned. And if you don't have children because you don't want them or you're not ready for them, then you're also a vile junker and get scorned. It has baffled me how Jamaica somehow, this is how you know the culture, that's it. Jamaica shames people who don't want to have children yet. Jamaica shame people. Let's be realistic, guy. Some people just don't want a pitney. Some people no business about pitney. Now, personally, that don't make no sense to me. I don't know how somebody could have the thought of having a child put them off. That don't make no sense to me, but that's me. Me and you are the same thing. Some people genuinely don't want or care about having children. Why would you then put that person under pressure for go have pitney? What kind of life will that child live being raised by somebody who don't want them, but just have them to ease pressure off of them from society? What kind of life is that child going to have? This is why I tell enough of the youths them hugless and loveless and unwanted. People have them to prove a point. People have them to stop the jokes. People have them, guy, and let me say this, quote unquote, gelding guy. If you make somebody calling you one gelding get to you to the point that you ain't go breed woman, right, and go create life just to make people start calling him, then you're a dopey butt. You're weak. If you're going to create a life, knowing say you don't want a pitney, you're ready for the pitney. Just you want to ease off the money from the corner from, then you're a weak dopey butt. Make your statement clear, guy. Matter of fact, you don't even have to explain yourself to nobody. Go off pitney when you want, when you're ready. I am just confused. How does somebody win? Because when you say the man them a breed up the old bag, girl them now stand up with them responsibility. And then next time youths, alright, you know what? I don't want to be like those men. I am going to wait until I find the right woman at the right time, and then when I'm at the right place in my life, and then when they laugh, alright, but in the breed nobody, in the breed no girl. So how does a youth win? That's all I'm asking. This is a little black boy asking some question. How does a youth win? If you get one girl pregnant and you say, yo, you get girl pregnant, you don't have the money. You don't have the money and get girl pregnant, you can't look after your pitney. And you can't look after yourself. You're still living in your mother house and you're broke and you don't know if you go have pitney. Next youth, alright, well, cause me not the money, cause me still live in a mother house and me can't bail your food until I'm mackerel. You remember me now about the pitney, I go, oh Lord. What she need? What she need? A gelding. Everybody look at one gelding. You people are vile. Vile. I'm telling you, the culture is acidic and vile. It don't make sense. It doesn't follow logic. You're saying that the man who have pitney when he can't afford or don't want is a dopey butt. Alright? But you're also saying the youth who won out and don't have the pitney yet is also a dopey butt. Okay. So how do you win? It has to be studied. Listen, quote unquote gelding guy. If you make people calling you gelding, get to you to the point you go create one life, a whole being that is going to require everything out of you. Just for ease off, look a joke from the man in the corner who themselves are dopey butt, who most of them have never done anything in their life worth talking about. then you're vile. Stop being weak, guy. If you're not ready for pitney, don't have the pitney. If you don't want the pitney, don't have the pitney. Doing things to prove a point and make people stop laughing over you. Guy, you can't please people anyway, because if you have one, they're going to say if you have 10. At some point, people are going to have to have a backbone, guy. I know the whole sheep culture is strong, but people have got to stand up on their own 2 foot. I'm just wondering who are youth would please Irish accent, because if he can go get youth when they're ready for, he's a pariah. But if he holds out, then my germs. And now this is where the real controversial part starts. Ladies, I'm talking to the phone now. No phone they get up every day and say, no one good man, I don't know, and them dirty dog, and my womanizer. But at that, una run down. Men have figured you out. Ladies, who it apply to? Enough man figure out some money, you know. Enough man realize they only talk about womanizer and dog and player, but at them man they only run go give me eagle eye the most. A matter of fact, every man know, say, a man with no girl have a harder time getting eagle eye than a man with 10. Let me say that one more time. A man with no girl have a harder time attracting woman than a man with 10. If there's a long line of woman back of one man, if you jump on him, woman with a giant long line there, then go stand up in the line with Carlton alone, nobody in the front time, just him alone. It has to be studied. A man with 10 baby mother can easily get number 11, unless if you're listening to me. A man with 10 baby mother can easily get number 11. I have heard, not see on TV, not no AI, and no Mickey Mouse tricks like on the fall on social media. I have heard my own ears them. Countless woman say any of them see a man not have pitney by a certain age or not have 1 2 woman a cuss over him sitting wrong with him. I have heard that. Them no want that the man there because sitting wrong with him. In my 30 and now no youth.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
But them don't want to talk about that. Them a tell man figure be, quote unquote monogamous and, be good guys. But they're not picking good guys. They're not. From school days until now, a girl is around the place. Make Nikki hear someone 5 girl around the dung. She want to be number 6. Hey, you can cuss all you want to tell me because something matter. I'm just telling you what it is, guy. I'm not here to make friends. Enough woman, enough man, only have pitney to ease the pressure of other people mocking them. Say them a mule and them a gelding and all kind of something. The culture is vile, guy. That's a big part of the reason why there's so many unwanted children in Jamaica. Nobody wanted the child. What they wanted was the credit and the ratings that come with having pitney. Especially a bag of pitney. I've had too much argument over the years with people. I go tell me, sir, all she want to big old girl sheet. Girl are 21 of them on the pitney yet. Me have to ask people, what are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you saying? This is what I'm telling me, can't reason Irish Saxon. Because something is off, there's a disconnect between me and Irish Saxon because some things that them say don't make no sense in my ears. When me hear somebody say that girl like a mule because she's 21 and she's not a pitney yet, what kind of girl my brain can't compute what I'm hearing. My brain can't compute why somebody who are the middle are doing some course for UTech need figure breed to prove themselves. I don't understand. This is what I'm telling you. The culture is vile. Jamaican to look at dead near eye and tell us to watch all the boy Carlton. He eat every day. Watch the boy Carlton. He eat that and every day and get up boy and go on and work. When breed sitting. Carlton just left 6th form. It has to be studied. I'm telling you, Irish accents have to be studied. That's why I always bring it back to the culture. Because this is a cultural attitude. Anyways, I can't see people on the mic. Look out for your next video to the Patreon squad. Big up on yourself. Yeah. Don't know, more life. Culture squad. Stay circling. Bless.